starting a print-on-demand business is still worth it in 2025. I mean, yes, the competition is high, but you can still make it successful if you play it smart. And that is why today I'm gonna break down the most important steps, tools, and tips for getting started and actually succeeding. So let's dive in. So here are some fun facts for you first. Now, research says that niche-specific dropshipping stores are 30% more likely to succeed long-term compared to general stores. So, before you start selling everything from t-shirts to cups and to pet accessories, try to really zoom in on a specific niche. Now, I really suggest keeping it safe with the product range as well. So, choose one product like t-shirts and one niche such as eco-friendly products or pet accessories that you want to focus on. The top trending print-on-demand categories right now are apparel, home decor, drinkware, and accessories. As for other trends, eco-friendly products are on the rise right now, with 25% of consumers saying they'd spend more money if the product was sustainable. And to get a better idea of what's currently trending, you can use tools like Think with Google. Not only are there many interesting data and articles that you can explore and get some valuable insights about your market, but there are also many free-to-use tools like Insights Finder. Here, by filling in your business information, you can find out your ideal audience's demographics, interests, and so on, which can be extremely useful for marketing. Then there's Market Finder, which can really help you identify new potential markets. And, of course, there's good old Google Trends, which you can use to get a better understanding of what's currently popular. As I said, it will cost you absolutely nothing, so spend some time playing with these tools to better understand the market. Also, be sure to check out online marketplaces like Amazon, eBay, and AliExpress to see just what's trending out there. You can start by browsing various categories such as electronics, fashion, or home goods, and pay attention to sections labeled as bestsellers or hot products as well. This can give you an idea of what's currently popular. You may also want to dive deeper into subcategories, which can help you find specific niches. And the more subcategories there are, the deeper the particular niche is. And this can also help you figure out how much competition there is and whether your pricing can hit the sweet spot between being in demand and making a good profit. But no matter how profitable your niche is or how great your products are, you won't sell much if you miss this crucial step, which is branding. Now, many people do tend to overlook this when they first start out, thinking, oh, I will just shape my brand as I go. And while this is true that you can still work on it continuously, most businesses do struggle to succeed without strong branding from the get-go. And branding has many components, like a logo, colors, fonts, imagery, and overall values and messaging, but you definitely want to start off by figuring out the key element first, which is your brand's name. Now, I know that coming up with a strong name can be challenging. I have trouble with it sometimes as well. So to avoid really falling into a creative crisis or ending up with a problematic sounding name like, this Curl Up and Dye salon did, no offense, I'm sure they're a great salon. But to avoid things like this, you can use name generating tools like namelexdesign.com or Hostinger Name Generator. All you have to do is simply use your main keywords and the AI will generate tons of names in just seconds. And if you don't like them, click on generate again or try other similar keywords for as long as you like. Even if you don't end up using any of these suggestions, they can still spark some ideas as you go on. So just try it out. Then moving on to the visual side of your brand. And there are plenty of tools here to help you out as well. Some I personally really love using that are really helpful are logo.com, Adobe Express Logo Maker, and Hostinger AI Logo Maker. Now, these tools can really quickly generate logos based on your keywords, either for absolutely free or at a very low cost. And they're a great starting point and can save you from hiring a professional designer and spending extra money right from the start. Now, creating your own branding palette is another really important step since it will be a big part of your actual marketing. And if you're unsure where to begin, try Coolers. It's a really cool tool for creating color palettes. I've tried it myself, and it's honestly really easy to use. So just hit a button to generate harmonious color combinations and then just customize them to fit your brand. You can also explore trending palettes for some inspiration if you're lacking any of that. And as for typography, I really suggest checking out Google Fonts. It has a big library of free open source fonts that you can use for your branding, and the selection process is made out to be pretty easy. Basically, you can filter fonts based on the feeling you want your brand to convey, and will suggest options that fit just that. Okay, now once you have the perfect name and other branding elements together, you can move on to the most important step, which is creating designs. Now, you might be selling t-shirts or tote bags like any other brand, but what truly distinguishes your products is the print design on them. And one of the biggest mistakes you should avoid is creating 5 to 10 designs and launching right immediately. I mean, while you can technically launch with this amount, you're limiting your chances of finding what resonates with your customers. So instead, aim to launch with about 50 to 100 designs. Now, I know this might sound like a lot, but this broader range allows you to really quickly see which designs sell well and focus on creating something similar to those that do sell well. And when one product sells more, really ask yourself, why do people like it? Maybe it has a specific phrase that is now very popular or something else that might distinguish it. So then create something similar based on your insights and test them out. If no one buys them, come back to the ideation stage and think of a different angle. Maybe it wasn't the phrase that made it stand out. Maybe it was the image style or something else entirely. But either way, it's important to go with the process until you filter out a strong collection of products that are actually selling out. And remember, it can only take a few designs to move your store from 100 sales to 1,000. And now I know you might be thinking, how in the world am I supposed to create this many designs? But don't worry. There are tons of tools, once again, to help you out with this. And the first tool on my list is Mystic Pod. It's AI driven and really easy to use. So you can start by looking for a template or creating an image from absolute scratch. Just leave a description, choose the number of designs, and give it a few seconds to generate the images for you. If they don't look exactly like you wanted, you can tweak them for your liking by telling the AI what to change. And if you suck at writing prompts, you can just upload a picture and the AI will give you lots of prompt ideas as well that you can choose from. So this can be helpful for the ideation process as well. And once you actually gather some pretty nice looking designs, you may group them into collections directly on the app, which is also super convenient. You can try Mystic Pod for absolutely free before committing, though I will warn you that some features like background removal will not be available. But moving on, another really cool tool is Inkscape, which is also really beginner friendly. With it, you can create scalable vector graphics so your designs look really sharp on absolutely everything from stickers to large prints. Just look at these really cool graphics users have created with it. And oh, the best thing about Inkscape is that it's completely free. And finally, another great design tool is Adobe Illustrator. I mean, probably a lot of you have heard of it already. I mean, it has tons of cool features for making unique professional looking graphics, including 3D effects, gradients, and much more. This one isn't free, but it's surely worth it as it has a lot of functions. Well, now that you've got your designs, we gotta talk about print providers, and there are several really good ones out there, like Applique, Gelato, and Printify, each with its own unique features to help you personalize and sell your products. But for today's video, let's take a closer look at Printful, which provides plenty of customization options such as free tools for creating product mockups and promotional materials, making it a great choice for new business owners. All right, so using Printful is super easy, guys. Just hit the Let's Go button, sign up using Google or your email, answer a few questions about your business, and well, that's it. Once you're in, it's time to create your first product. Just click on Start and then Create Product. Now look for product you like and the design editor will pop up. Upload your design or use Printful tools to create one from scratch, and you can click on mockups to see how it will look. When you're done, click Save Design and then save it as a template. And basically that's it, you're good to go. You can later connect your designs to your online store, which actually leads me into my next point, and that is selling your product. So What is the actual best way to sell your items? Well, you can either sell them through platforms like Etsy, Redbubble, and eBay, or directly through your own online store. Now let's quickly compare both scenarios. So selling on platforms like Etsy makes it much easier to find an audience, especially as a beginner, because these marketplaces come with a built-in customer base actively searching for products just like yours. And it's generally cheaper and faster to start since there's no need to set up a website or invest really heavily in marketing because Etsy handles much of the visibility for you. However, you'll face competition directly on the platform and have way less control over how your brand is presented. So, on the other hand, having your own website offers complete control over your branding, design, and user experience. So you don't have to worry about competing listings on the same page, and you can enjoy higher profit margins without marketplace fees. And additionally, running your own site makes you independent of any platform policies or algorithm changes. But now the downside. And the downside is that you'll need to generate your own traffic, handle all the marketing efforts, and invest in hosting and development, which can take more time and resources, of course. Now, of course, pick the option that is best for you, but I would personally highly recommend thinking about setting up your own website, especially once things start picking up speed. A website not only boosts your brand, but also builds credibility with your customers. And honestly, it's pretty easy to set one up with tools like Hostinger's Website Builder. You just need to pick a hosting plan, which you can do by checking the first link in the description below. And also don't forget to use our coupon code WB10 for an extra 10% discount. And then just tell AI a little bit about your business, and you can choose to include an online store right from the start or add it later as well. And boom, AI creates a custom website just for you in less than a minute. And as you can see, it already contains all the necessary pages, and you can even check how your site will look on mobile devices. Now, when it comes to the online store, it's got all the e-commerce features you might need. You can add different types of products, set up product categories, payment and shipping options, discount codes, and many more other options. Plus, it has many cool AI tools like the AI Writer for crafting very compelling copy, and AI Image Generator, and of course, my favorite one, an AI Product Description Generator, which can save you tons of times as it generates all the product descriptions based on just a picture. Now, if you want a more detailed walkthrough on how to use Hostinger's Website Builder, just check out this video right here, and I'll put the link in the description for the video as well. So, having a website is definitely crucial, but it won't guarantee popularity. Therefore, you must explore additional ways to promote your products. So, for example, let's just take Stanley Cups. They have a really nice professional website, but they're also big on Instagram with over 1 million followers. Also, countless influencers and customers tag them in posts, which has massively boosted their visibility. That's right, I've been talking all this time about social media marketing. Now, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and any platform could work as long as you are able to target your audience and post quality content pretty regularly. But I definitely know that managing social media can sometimes be a real headache, and that is exactly why there are multiple tools out there that can help you with it, like MailChimp. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but MailChimp used to focus only on email marketing, but now it offers tools for managing social media campaigns as part of its all-in-one marketing platform. Now, it can help you schedule posts across multiple different platforms and track performance metrics while integrating email campaigns. Now, similarly, there's Hootsuite, which also helps you monitor, schedule, and analyze performance across multiple social media accounts, just like MailChimp. They're quite similar. Now, Klaviyo and OmniSend are other really nice tools that specialize in email and SMS marketing. Now, Klaviyo, for instance, is great for e-commerce platforms as it really helps send personalized messages based on what customers really like. OmniSend, however, is easier to use and lets you send messages across different platforms like email, SMS, and even push notifications, making it really great for reaching people in lots of different ways. Now, when choosing between these tools, think about what you really need, whether it's scheduling posts, tracking analytics, or automating tasks, and really make sure it works with the platforms you use most. Also, definitely keep your budget in mind and check if the tools have features for team collaborations, as if you're working in a team, you'll definitely need those. Okay, well, all the steps I've mentioned in this video are definitely essential for starting a print-on-demand business, but there's even more you can do to boost your success. Now, one major game changer is optimizing your website for search engines. Now, if you want your site to rank higher on search engines, take a look at this video, where we really cover 8 best SEO strategies that make all the difference in the world. But for this video, that's all for today, and make sure to definitely subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any other videos just like this one in the future. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.